All right, so this next one's interesting too. Next is from Who's to Blame, or from Wayne Grolfine. One of the biggest complaints about WrestleMania 39 was the handling of Bobby Lashley. The guy's busted his ass in the WWE for years. Is the best he's ever been, and the best they could come up with for him to do was standing on the stage holding an award that means nothing. For whatever reason, still unconfirmed at the time of writing this, the Bray Wyatt versus Bobby match was canceled, and the IWC is saying they need to book Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross, they need to book Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight, etc. Question is, whose fault is this Bobby Lashley stuff? I see people bashing Triple H for it, but how could he possibly book a WrestleMania match with 3 weeks' time to start a build from scratch? On the other hand, I see people bashing Bray Wyatt, but if the guy is injured, dealing with a personal issue, it's not like he did it on purpose. What say you, K100? I'll say this, bro. If they could do a spot with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, they could have done a spot with Bobby Lashley. You know, and Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight, Bobby Lashley could have come out and issued an open challenge, get out like my 9 and Mike got and just do a 5-minute match, and it probably would have gotten over huge because LA Knight's getting a big pop. It's like, it's very weird that they were left off the show. You know, they haven't done anything wrong. You know,
they should. Have you seen SmackDown yet?
Yeah.
So they showed him in SmackDown, and when he walked into the room when they were playing games, the place just erupted.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right?
And that was and he was great in that, you know, making fun of the guy that played video games.
And here's the thing: you had a big audience. You could have got a really good gauge on what the fans think of LA Knight by putting him on that show in front of that crowd. Like if he would have got a huge pop, it's like, wow, okay, just reiterated, like we need to push this guy, bro. Like I'm saying, is like I'm worried that with LA Knight, they're not going to pull the trigger. Because this guy, you need this is one thing wrestling does that they just can't get out of their own way. Somebody doesn't like a guy in the booking, or somebody like you're down and like you have a guy that's hot and you don't pull the trigger. They have to pull the trigger right now. The gun is loaded with this guy. You know, it's like he's hot. The people want to hear him cut promos. But when was the last time he had a promo in front of the people? It's been like 3 or 4 weeks now. And that's what is getting him over. It's like almost like they're literally trying to make sure he does not get over is what it looks like, you know, when they should be pulling the trigger.
If you want a conspiracy theory it a little bit, when Vince was still around before he left on his leave of absence, he had LA Knight in the model group under another name. Okay, now that he's back around and rumored to have more power, maybe he's just not an LA Knight.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
First of all, Konnan, what did you think about what I said here?
Yeah, I agree. You know, we've both been singing his praises. That's one guy. They've done a really good job of anybody that's hot using him correctly, but they haven't done it with him.
Okay, so let me tell you, you know, with Vince McMahon's, what you know, I don't think the evidence is there that Vince McMahon is like sitting in on creative meetings now. I think it's a thing where like Vince is like gives his ideas for like the top of the card where you see, you know, just like your basic format, like you know, where do you see this go? Where do you see this go? But the weekly television, I still think is being done by Triple H in the writing room. I don't think Vince is in the weeds yet, but I think Vince is still over the course of these past, you know, 7. How long has it been since he's been out, Joe? Was it back in August or something? Like 7, 8 months now, or something like that.
It was summertime, and then the rumors that he was back.
Okay,
kind of started in February,
Konnan agreed. Russo agreed. It's like, bro, Vince was never out of the loop. Like, he always probably had his hands in something there, like direction and stuff. And you know, there was no way that guy was going to be completely out of the loop. Would you agree with that, Konnan?
Yep.
Yeah. So like people are saying, oh, Vince is gone. No, he's never really been gone. He's always had his fingers in it and just kind of like, you know, steer you in the right direction. This is where I want to go, and let the writers write, you know, because like, you know, I mean, I think that's what the evidence is showing. Everybody was saying that all these dirt cheap podcasters and marks and stuff were really down on WWE this past week because they thought that Vince was back running Raw, running the show from the gorilla position, and like they said he's going to be running SmackDown, and the report was Vince McMahon was not at SmackDown.
He's not at Raw.
It's like, so what did these get right? It's so bro, come on. It's like these people that keep talking. Oh, Vince is no. He's always had his fingers in it. He's just letting the writing team do the dirty work. You know, the like getting their hands dirty. So, I mean, I'm assuming that, but that's what it looks like to me, and that's from somebody that's been doing this for a while. Would you agree with that?
Yep.